5 belly fat burning morning rituals that actually work. No magic, just metabolic science. So you want to shrink your belly fat. Who doesn't? Improve your energy, improve your sleep, reset your cravings, burn fat before breakfast. Here's what actually works. It's backed by science and it may already be hiding in your kitchen. So forget the skinny tea influences and let's talk about real metabolic strategy, starting with what you do first thing in the morning. These definitely aren't gimmicks. They're grounded in science, and yes, some of them might already be gathering dust in your kitchen as we speak, behind the dusty bottle of balsamic vinegar that you stopped drinking when you learned that actually it was quite high in sugar. I'm Emma Voysey. I'm a former carb-addicted night owl turned board-certified health coach. I swapped my muffins for mitochondria, and now I help midlifers to fire up their fat-burning biology. Just like I did, morning metabolism, primed or punished. I cracked the code to fat burning and now I'm sharing it with you. And it's especially that stubborn midlife fat that never seems to want to go. Today I'm going to walk across to Ordino, which in my opinion is the nicest village in Andorra. It has little cobblestone streets and it's very pretty in the middle, very old buildings. It's not all beautiful, there's some modern buildings there too, but the old bit's really particularly lovely. And it's a good place to stop and have coffee. And I've lived in Andorra for 3.5 years. It's a little country in the Midi-Pyrenees, nestled between France and Spain, up in the mountains. And I love it. And I feel very lucky to live in such a gorgeous place. Ordino's over there behind me. So today I'm going to share 5 proven rituals you can start tomorrow morning, because your first choices of the day either switch on your fat burning or they crank up the fat storage. Let's not do that. And this is all linked as well to my last video, which was about cortisol, which if you understand that, then this will make more sense. So let's start as we mean to go on. These 5 habits aren't just hype. Stick around because number 5 is absolutely critical, especially after 50. What you consume when you first wake up can literally decide if you're going to be burning fat by mid-morning or scavenging for a muffin by 10 a.m. Think of it as either priming your metabolic engine or literally pouring treacle in the tank. Coming in at number 1, our old fave, apple cider vinegar, the glucose blunter. So ACV, just 1 to 2 tablespoons in a glass of water 30 minutes before you eat, will lower your blood sugar spikes, give you better insulin sensitivity and reduce your cravings, all from vinegar. That's amazing. If you're insulin resistant as well, as so many of us are by the time we get to our midlife, mid-years and we don't even realise it, and often a lot sooner, or you're pre-diabetic or you're menopausal or perimenopausal or just perpetually peckish, then this one's for you. ACV contains acetic acid, which blunts the blood sugar roller coaster, which makes you store fat and raid the biscuit tin at 11 a.m. You're going to eat less, crash less, and crave less. Magic? No. Chemistry? Yes, absolutely. But won't it hurt my teeth? Yes, vinegar's acidic, but so is lemon juice, and so is coffee, and I don't hear anybody complaining about those or panicking about those things. Just dilute it, drink it through a straw, or drink it down not using a straw like I do and just rinse with plain water afterwards. I love the taste. I put it on all my salad dressings. I've done so for decades. And if you're not into the taste, you can use apple cider vinegar capsules. Make sure you buy a good quality product. No excuses, but never the gummies. Please don't eat those, as they're not just sugary. They stick around your teeth, which is the really bad bit about them. And they're particularly bad for children, particularly terrible if you're giving them to children. So please don't do that. So nice when you can fill up your water bottle from the river, because the water's so rushing and clean. It tastes amazing. Number 2, coffee, when it's the right kind. Organic coffee with high CGA boosts metabolism, regulates glucose, supports liver and brain. If your coffee comes from a drive-through, like a chain with drive-through windows, it's probably not the metabolic miracle you hoped for or that you thought it was. Look for high CGA coffee. Well, what does that stand for? High CGA means high in chlorogenic acid. That's what's going to give you the real benefits. Blood sugar regulation, fat burning, and a brain that actually functions before 9 a.m. But as I pointed out in my last video, drinking coffee before you've eaten in the morning can spike your cortisol being your stress hormone, or one of them. And then it leaves it high for much of the day afterwards, which is worth bearing in mind. I recently stopped drinking coffee first thing. It was a real big deal for me because I love my coffee every morning with my husband, sitting there writing my journal, such a ceremony, having our coffee before breakfast. But I've changed it to later on in the morning, and it's meant that my appetite's increased for my breakfast. I can eat more breakfast. I've got more room for the protein that I'm trying to eat at breakfast time. And breakfast is that all-important meal. So you don't have to give up coffee, but it might be worth rescheduling it in your timetable. And this is also really relevant for people who find their sleep is difficult or not optimal. Because my sleep's got better in the last 6 weeks since I changed the timetable. I sleep deeper, I stay asleep for longer. So keeping cortisol high throughout the day is going to definitely affect your sleep at night time. Just show you that cute little church over there. Mikey's just disappearing off down that track. I'm just going to look back towards the village and hello, make our way back down. Come on then, let's go and find a coffee shop. Another reason for coming to Ordino is that they have nice coffee places. And that's where I'm off to now. So upgrade your brew. No frappuccinos permitted. None at all, they're full of sugar. If you add in 1 tablespoon of MCT oil, that's the C8 variety, and 1 tablespoon of grass-fed butter, blend it and sip, this will take you to the next level. Make it a metabolic mocha. MCT oil, specifically C8, equals instant brain fuel. MCT stands for medium chain triglycerides. Butter equals butyrate plus ketones. So blend it up, sip slowly, and watch your cravings crawl back into their cave. Number 3, green tea, your caffeine alternative. Matcha or sencha plus MCT oil to create thermogenesis, belly fat reduction, and gentle energy. So what if you don't like coffee? Green tea's your girl, especially if it's matcha or sencha, rich in ECGC, which literally helps to torch your abdominal fat. Add a splash of MCT oil, and you've got clean energy and zero crash. EGCG stands for epigallocatechin gallate, a type of powerful antioxidant found primarily in green tea, especially in matcha and sencha varieties. So when something says rich in EGCG, it means it's packed with a specific polyphenol. Here's what EGCG actually does. So it boosts your fat burning by increasing thermogenesis, aka your body's calorie burning process. It reduces inflammation, which helps everything from brain fog to belly fat. It improves insulin sensitivity, so your body uses carbs more efficiently and stores less fat. And it supports brain health and longevity. It's neuroprotective, meaning it helps preserve cognitive function as you age. So while I don't count calories, and I certainly don't restrict them, I do recognise that a calorie is just a unit of energy, like a kilojoule, only with more Instagram fame. When I say a tea is rich in EGCG, I mean it's got serious fat-burning, anti-aging, metabolism-supporting benefits all in 1 cup. I'm not personally a green tea fan. I can just about stomach it, but never on an empty stomach, as it actually makes me feel sick. And Yes, let's address the arsenic in the room because I mentioned this in a previous video and I've already had comments about it, people being obviously really concerned. So I've recently learned that all tea, that's the green, the black, the white, the oolong, you name it, they all contain trace amounts of arsenic. But don't panic, it's in the leaves, it's drawn up into the leaves by the plant, it's not added to the plant. It's not a conspiracy to take down the British Empire one cuppa at a time. Arsenic is a naturally occurring element in soil and water. It's very dark in here. Let's move back out into the sunshine. Look at the cobbled floor. Arsenic is a naturally occurring element in soil and water, and in tiny amounts it makes its way into tea leaves. The key word here is trace. A cup or two a day, it's totally fine for most people. But if you're necking gallons of the stuff, like 6 or more mugs daily, then it might be worth rotating your beverages a bit, especially if your detox pathways are already under strain. And let's face it, whose aren't? If you've got thyroid issues, moderation, my friend. Don't swap your water for PG tips. Drink the water as well. Dr. Jason Fung reminds us that all tea is beneficial and it has cancer-fighting benefits no matter whether it's black, white, green or sky blue pink with bells on. So don't worry about the arsenic, just don't overdo it. Now I'm happy I've got my coffee. So number 4, an olive oil shot. Yes, really. A tablespoon of extra virgin olive oil, cold pressed, dark bottle, activates fat-burning genes, boosts brain autophagy, reduces inflammation. There's always somebody strimming something or leaf blowing something in this country. This one's for the bold. Take a tablespoon of good quality olive oil first thing in the morning and you're kick-starting your fat metabolism and your cellular cleanup, especially in the brain. So think of it as jet washing your neurons. And if it catches you in your throat and makes you cough, then apparently that means that the polyphenol content in that oil is extremely high. So you can embrace that rather than thinking there's something wrong with the oil. And here's a fun fact. Olive oil, either as a shot or taken in a glass with hot water with half a lemon squeezed into it, first thing in the morning can be great for alleviating bowel sluggishness or constipation, which can often be an issue for those of us who've transitioned perhaps from a heavily fibre-based diet to a protein-centric diet with very little fibre, and adding in enough fat is absolutely key. Choose a single estate, cold-pressed version. Expect it to cost more money, but then you'll be more confident that it's the good stuff. Definitely don't want to blend, definitely don't want anything in a plastic bottle. Number 5, and no, this one isn't a drink, but it is absolutely essential. A protein-rich breakfast, your midlife metabolism secret. 30 grams plus of high-quality protein equals lean muscle retention, appetite control, higher metabolic rate. By far, your most powerful morning habit, if you're over 50, is protein, loads of it. Think egg, steak, lamb, sausages, ground beef, not a sad bowl of muesli with blood sugar spiking fruit on top. And here's a fun and slightly annoying fact that I've just recently learned. Insider tip, the longer you leave berries in the freezer, the higher their sugar content becomes, because the more of their natural starches, the longer they're frozen, the more of those natural starches that will convert into sugar. So your innocent bag of healthy frozen blueberries might be sneakily sweeter than you think. So no added sugar, but nature playing tricks on your blood glucose. Look at this thing. I guess it's a old cattle crush. Looks like it, doesn't it? Very old. Really cool. And this is the really, really old central bit of Ordino. Look at this building here. So fruit-heavy breakfasts might sound healthy, but they spike your blood sugar sky high. And that's followed by a crash which will leave you hunting for snacks before lunchtime. So if I'm going to do my weekly Monday, which I usually do, Monday 24-hour fast, I eat a solid breakfast. So yesterday, before my Monday fast yesterday, I put about half a pound of ground beef in the pan. I go to the butcher and I get him to grind up steak for me, which is delicious. And then I fry that up with half an onion and some butter, and then I added some salt and pepper. And then when it was nice and brown, I put 3 eggs, or maybe it was 3 or 4 eggs on top, grated some Parmesan cheese on top of that, crumbled a bit of blue cheese, and put the lid on and just let the eggs cook. And that is one of my favourite breakfasts, one of my favourite ways to get loads of protein in. I really love it. I pour some kefir on top, and or I drink it with, I have a small cup of kefir with it, and it keeps me going for, well, I didn't eat again yesterday because it was a fasting day, so I just had my big breakfast and I stopped eating. So yeah, keeps you going for hours and hours and hours. Really filling, really satisfying, really satiating, and just absolutely delicious. Look at these old troughs, animal troughs. Start your day like a lion, not a fruit bat. So this week, choose one, mix and match, but just start. We've talked about ACV in the water, apple cider vinegar. We've got the high chlorogenic acid containing coffee. We've got green tea with the added MCT oil and butter. We've got the olive oil shot, and then we've got that protein-packed breakfast. Consistency beats perfection. You don't have to do all of these together. This isn't Hogwarts. Just pick your favourite and start and do it consistently. Layer in more when you feel ready for it. Small hinges swing big doors. You can download my free PDF cheat sheet, which will give you the ACV dosage guide, optimal coffee tips, MCT and butter guide, trusted olive oil brands, and a protein cheat sheet. You know I've got your back. Download the PDF for the full breakdown. No MLM nonsense, no weird powders, just real food, real science, and results that stick. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to register for my weekly email newsletter if you haven't done so already. It's called Stronger, Leaner, Smarter, and it's where I share more facts and science and groundbreaking ideas that I haven't yet put onto the channel or that I don't always talk about on YouTube. If you watch my videos regularly, you will know I'm not one for flogging things on my channel, but I've just formed an affiliation with a company called Budge, who make blue light blocking products. And I will tell you about products that I use and that I'm happy with and I'm happy to recommend. And their products are excellent. I've been wearing blue light blocking glasses for about a year now. And I've noticed it's taken a few months, but over the months, my sleep has improved and improved. And what we're doing by wearing blue light blocking glasses is we are protecting ourselves from the damaging effects of blue light, which comes from screens, which comes from the lights in our home, which comes from the lights in our workplace. And it disrupts our biology, disrupts our circadian rhythm, tells our bodies that it's daytime when it's not, when it's nighttime, when we should be producing more melatonin and getting into a restful, sleepy state at nighttime. So it enables me to work on screens without getting headaches, and guarantee this because I was getting bad headaches until I started wearing them just within a couple of days of doing more computer work, because as you can imagine, I do a lot of computer work to get these videos researched and out there to you. Also, huge thank you to my new channel members. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you. These are channel members who've chosen to become members on my YouTube channel, pay a subscription each month for additional member benefits. And I'm so happy. I could not be happier that the stuff I'm putting out there is resonating. It's helping people, helping you so much that you feel that you actually want to pay a subscription to be a member on my channel. Ah, that's amazing. So thank you for supporting me and my work. And if you want that discount for bond charge, it's in the description. And if you've enjoyed this video, you might like one of these two next. So from this little glimpse, I hope you've enjoyed a few glimpses of Ordino, my favourite village in Andorra. Have a great day, and I will hopefully see you on my very next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye for now.